Good evening, great peoples. We want to welcome y'all to another episode of the Phat Girl Chronicles. We up in this thing. And tonight we are on show number 3 of our Eternal Flame Black Love Chronicles series. And tonight we got the Kings on here with us. What's up, y'all?
What up? What up?
Beep, 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 beep.
Right. We got to get an air horn in this thing sooner than later. Well, we got the Kings up in this thing with us tonight. Y'all know it is another show. And I don't know if y'all got to check out the other 2 weeks, but it has been a couple of amazing stories about Black love. And they've been funny stories. They've been sweet stories. They've been cutesy stories. They've been hilarious stories. Like, we ain't had no drama shit. Oh, you know.
Tonight.
Had no,
Oh, Lord.
She said, "Oh, well, I'm gonna change that. Listen,
Tonight.
we finna have, we finna keep these real deal conversations flowing with our people, and to find out how some people come together and become really dope couples, or how some people come together, because we see the outside. We don't necessarily get the inside scoop sometimes, and we just see people being dope or being great couples and shit, but we never know how they got to be in those great couples and shit. And I mean, great is subjective, but that's according to me at this point. According to me,
Right.
Y'all can say what y'all want to say, but I really don't care. This is according to me that these are some really dope couples that I've been able to witness, I've been able to see, and I've been able to come across. So that's what we're talking about tonight. And the Kings, they one of them. So
thank you.
yeah. We're not gonna hold y'all for too long. But if y'all didn't see that commercial, make sure y'all join the Fat Fam Punta Cana for the Fat Fam Fiesta, September 18th through the 22nd. Make sure y'all go ahead and start booking. Don't come in my inbox in June or July talking about I want to go. You can go. You just got to pay it all then. So I'm telling you now, go on and start booking so you can pay your deposit little by little. What is it? I was about to say it's February. We're in the 3rd week of March. You got till August. So go on and get your deposit in. Go on and start making your payments because I don't want to hear nothing. Okay. Y'all missed Jamaica last year. We had a good time in Jamaica. So I don't want to hear nothing when September roll around and y'all see us in Punta Cana with butlers and shit. I don't want to hear nothing.
The butlers.
Not your
Because
own.
Now we are walking around here
this
with
resort got butler services and shit. I'm like, I want that one. I want that package. I want that room with the butler service.
We bougie.
I'm trying to be bougie. So
Trying to be bougie.
tonight
We
we
just want
get.
Jeffrey. That's all. Oh wow.
Are we talking about from Bel Air?
you talking about the new one.
Yeah, you know exactly what you're talking about.
We talking about the new one.
Yeah, you talking about the new one.
Absolutely. Y'all know I like my men look like civil rights leaders. Listen.
Yeah, with accents.
With the accent.
You said civil rights
On
leaders?
hither.
Yeah.
Like a man
You
with
like
a civil
them.
rights leader type face. I like a.
Yeah, she got a little.
Like
she like a little medium ugly.
She like them pipes.
I said medium ugly.
I always say with a touch, just a touch of ugly.
Such a ugly.
No.
Just a pinch of ugly.
I was just saying that in my head.
Just a little bit.
Just a little
bit.
And they got an accent.
I don't like them pretty. I don't like them pretty. But we're finna get into this thing with the Kings tonight. Hey, Unknown Journey. Oh, hey, y'all, to YouTube, Facebook, and y'all that's over there on Instagram.
What up, people?
What up, Rozzy? We need to get you back on the show soon. Yerp. He over there yerping. Okay. So, Terrell and Will, let's go on and get into this thing. Tell us y'all story, because I heard it was an interesting one.
It goes way back to 1939.
Well, welcome.
Listen,
Y'all look
we
good
some
for
old.
80.
We some
Man.
old kids over here.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself with that math. Math is
She
messing you
freed
up.
me. She freed me from the plantation.
No, but for real, it was about.
We had about 19 years ago. Where we at? 8 and almost 8.5. So about 19.
So,
Right about.
His cousin was a co-worker of mine, and our kids were all the same ages. So she would always have like slumber parties and birthday parties and things of that nature at her house. So we were always in the same space. And he came on to me more than a few times. And I was
Lies.
I see the lies.
Okay.
That's how you look at it, right?
The cold shoulder.
He saw what he wanted.
Oh, that's what we.
Yeah.
Okay, not
She's
coming
That's what
on.
we gonna do.
really quickly. She's skipping through really quickly.
So did you get the cold shoulder or not?
Yeah.
That's the most important part of it. Yeah. He chased me down.
So, first of all, I was a single mother. So she used the kids to lure me in.
Lies.
Come on, bait.
No,
Lies.
so yeah, we met at my cousin's, picking the kids up, dropping the kids off, and then and even in the beginning, I didn't try to holler at her in the beginning. I knew I was going to, because she had a fat ass. So.
And not the balloons just came across the street.
The balloons just
That's
came.
hilarious.
Y'all are
That is
sick.
hilarious.
So one night we were at some little club. It was
No. Back it up. He asked for my number a couple of times.
a couple times.
Over his cousin's house, and I threw. No,
It was
he gave
out.
me his number, and I threw it away both
No.
times. Yes,
Wow.
Yeah.
yes,
she's
I
right.
did. I
She's
threw
right.
it away.
Cause she trash.
So then she had a what do you call it? A matinee, and we were all there. I had on a baby fat cat suit, so that tell you.
Come on, baby.
Period. I definitely had me one of them.
How far back that was, and he saw me looking nice, strapped up with the
Come
baby
on.
fat cat suit.
Yeah,
Booted
she
and
used to be
suited?
attractive. For any of y'all that don't know, she used to be fine.
Yeah,
So,
I
on
am
that
mad that he
particular-
said she used to be fine.
Used to be. He ain't lying.
Nah,
So
she
on that particular occasion, he was like, give me your number, because I know, if I give you my number, you're gonna throw it away again. So you give me your number.
Mhm.
So
That's how you do it.
I gave him my number that time.
I didn't know she was throwing my shit away. I just knew she didn't call. If I knew she was throwing my shit away, we wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Dang.
Because what the fuck? Who
Right.
does that? Who throws?
I'm a man of pride. You don't do shit like
Like
that.
that?
You don't get up
No,
and
I
be
didn't
sick
want
like
because
that.
I was really close to his family. I just didn't want it to be
My baby
any
mama
messiness
and my cousin.
or like
Oh,
besties. So I
yeah.
just didn't want to be in a mix. So I'm like, nah, just
So,
maybe he'll forget about me. Maybe he'll find somebody. Maybe he'll leave me alone. But he wouldn't. He was stalking me.
Get your woman. Get your woman.
yeah,
like
I was going.
I like this.
I was gonna knock her down. That was we was gonna do it. I didn't know what else was gonna happen, but we was gonna do it.
He said, I was gonna.
Nothing else happened. That was happening.
Hey, listen.
That was happening.
Hey, listen. I love an honest motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, everything else was up in the air.
I'm
but
glad
I knew
he's
one
telling me
thing
all
for sure,
this
two
now,
things for
'cause
certain.
I need divorce papers. So that's what this was about.
That's back when we used to have sex. So,
Wow.
Okay.
Did I say that? Are we on camera?
You said that out loud.
Are we on
Hey.
camera?
Hey,
Oh,
Oh, my bad.
it be like that sometimes. It be like that.
So,
It is here.
oh wow.
So
Oh.
finally we went on a date. I got some gay buddies that had a party. So I wanted to take a date to the party. So that made it, we went to the party. Had a
We
good
had a good
time.
time.
She been on my balls ever since.
No.
Cool.
Well, kind of, sort of. I was like, okay, he is really cool.
She said, well,
like,
kind of, sort of.
okay,
least she
I can
kept it
hang
a
out with
big. She
him.
kept it a
Like,
big.
you know, he's cool and whatnot. And then, yeah. And we went on a couple more dates. And then I'm gonna be honest, I felt this wiener one night, and I was like, oh.
I didn't. This is my first time. This is my first time hearing this.
She said,
Remember in the driveway?
Yeah, when you talking about
yeah, I was like, oh, okay, we gonna do it.
Well, you're a winner. You're a winner, buddy.
she
You're
said,
a winner.
oh, okay, yeah, we gonna
You're a
do
winner.
it.
We gonna do
You're
it
a
for real now.
That is
Yeah.
That's
hilarious.
hilarious.
I like this. I like this story. I like this love story. It's real authentic.
Yeah, so
Boy,
for real
shut
though,
up.
like I was like, he is so cool. Like he matched my energy, like everything that I was into, everything that I love to do. Like he was, you know, down with it or was into it too. So it was like when I was dating, I would date, you know, this guy for this reason, this guy for this reason, this guy for this reason. But when it came to him, it was like everything that I had dated all these other individuals for was in him. So I'm like, this is my man. Like, I really thought, this is my man. This is my husband. This is who I'm going to marry. And then I found out shortly after, no, he wasn't my man. He belonged to the community.
Well, I come from a long line of pimping since pimping been pimping.
You was in the streets.
So
You was for the streets.
I was absolutely for the streets.
And I had no idea he was for the streets because I'm talking about we was doing everything together. Like I love you. We talking on the phone all night. We going on dates every day. Like you can't assume nothing. You cannot assume nothing because I thought we was an item until one night he didn't answer that phone. And I was like, okay, hold on. I'm blowing his phone up. I don't even do that. But something got to be wrong. And I was like, and he said he was over his parents' house. So I got to do a drive-by. So I done got in my car.
Are you okay?
79
That was not necessary.
Huh?
That was not necessary.
No, it was necessary because I needed to see it to believe that it was what it was. And once I rolled past and seen he wasn't where he told me he was, that night I was like, okay, this is not what I thought it was going to be. So now I have to move differently. And that's what I did. It's like, all right, well, this ain't what I thought it was.
Could have been in the emergency room.
Yeah. He could have been babysitting or something.
I was cool with it. I was like, okay. I got you, bro.
She sounds like she bothered now, doesn't she?
Right?
Yeah, because I remember it like it was
I was about to say she remembered, and then them feelings came back. Them emotions
I was
came
pissed.
back.
I'm like, I thought we was together. I thought we loved each other.
We did.
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
no, we didn't. We didn't.
It was the chuckle ending it. No, we didn't.
Yeah.
So the thing that came from that though is that we always remain friends. So all of that, long story short, 10 years we were friends with benefits.
Not the entire time, because I had a boyfriend a couple of times.
In between, she would get in her relationships, and I would cheat on people with her.
Okay.
Okay. What happened?
What I'm talking about.
What happened?
You doing too much.
It was the
too much.
What happened? I don't know. Are we on camera?
I'm just saying that it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I mean, it's the truth. It's y'all truth.
It's
so,
y'all
hey.
truth. Y'all in it.
So yeah, but she was like, she would get in whole relationships.
I had a whole baby like during one of those times. We hadn't messed around for like 3 years, but we always remained friends throughout that time. So yeah, I had got in a relationship with somebody else, got pregnant, had a whole baby. Like it was just, it was what it was. Once I realized that it wasn't what I thought it was like, okay, now I know how to move. So I didn't put any pressure on him.
She didn't pressure me or wait on me.
Nah, I was just like, okay, like we still gonna be cool. Cause he my homie. Like he's always been my homie. So that I wasn't gonna let go of. Like I just realized that we weren't in the relationship that I thought we were in. So yeah, we hung out were in relationships. Each of us were in relationships for 10 years. And then all of a sudden, they said, wait, what did I just walk in on?
What did I just walk in on? She said she hopes she can still claim you as her brother after this show.
Nah, you great find out some real stuff about him tonight. Tonight. The gentleman that y'all thought was so nice and friendly
y'all thought
and loving. No.
Who thought that?
So what happened, babe?
So I don't know. Just like we went
on a trip.
Oh yeah. So we went on. It was Valentine's Day weekend. I got booked for a gig. It was a church gig, and it was for married couples only. So we were the only people there that weren't married. So she was my date there. We left there. That next morning we went to
Nashville.
Yeah, to Nashville. I spent the night in Nashville. Then we went to Gatlinburg. Spent 2 nights in Gatlinburg. Then we went to Atlanta. Spent two nights in Atlanta. Then came home. So that was our exactly. But that was when we made it through that. And we talking about no other couples with us, no nothing. And it was like, okay, like I knew, but she posted a picture of us laying in the bed.
You couldn't even tell we was in the bed. He just keep on.
So did you or did you not?
I pissed on his porch.
But did you or did you not post a picture of us?
I did post a picture.
That's it.
I did like a collage of like the whole little trip, and it was a picture of me and him. And it looked like we was in the bed.
We was laying in the bed.
We was in the bed. Okay.
Make your claim.
But we was dressed and everything, and he said I pissed on his porch.
We had on pajamas.
They don't care if you dressed. They not in the picture.
They don't care nothing about it. They did these.
Yep, zoom it in. That's what I be doing.
So once she pissed on my porch, we was together.
I hate when he say that, because I swear me and him have been so cool. Like we had went to Colts games together, posted pictures on Facebook. Like it was like we was friends. So I didn't see anything wrong with it. But he says I pissed on his porch.
I didn't say nothing was wrong with it.
So obviously all the hoes ran away, and then he got stuck with me.
No,
that's what you say.
No, the hoes is still around. I just ain't fooling with them. I just ain't fooling with the hoes. The hoes ain't went nowhere.
They don't ever leave.
No, the hoes don't go nowhere.
They don't leave.
That's what hoes do. Hoes linger. They don't
hoes linger. Hoes are like roaches.
Like roaches.
They hungry and they don't go nowhere.
I don't know nothing about hoes.
You just got lucky. You the one.
Nah, cause see, I still, but for real though, I was still on that.
I'm a wholesome.
Like I wasn't assuming anything, even with us taking that vacation. I still was like, the last time I thought we was together, we wasn't. So I'm gonna keep on doing what I've been doing. So I was still entertaining people, on the phone. I wasn't sexually active with anybody, but I was talking to people on phone. I was getting dick pics and stuff like that, but it wasn't nothing going on.
She's a whore.
I wasn't doing anything with anybody but him, but I still was talking to other people because the last time I thought we was together, we was not together.
Uh-huh.
So here's what happened. I got a new phone.
She gotta save face.
Hold on, y'all. So I got a new phone. He was at my apartment and the old phone was there. He had an old ass phone. So he was like, I'm gonna plug her phone up and see if it worked, because I'm gonna ask her, can I have her phone when she get home from work? Well, when he plugged my phone up, all my stuff started coming through. I'm at work, so he got all the time in the world to go through this phone and see some stuff that he didn't want to see, and then had the nerve to try to confront me about it when I got home.
Traumatized.
So I was like,
I was traumatized.
Are we together?
Don't never go through a woman's phone. Don't never go through a woman's phone.
That's like Bible.
I didn't know. So the thing is, I didn't even want to. It was like calling me like pressure.
Wait a minute, was it an iPhone?
It was
an
an
iPhone.
old iPhone.
You definitely don't do that. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Definitely
I didn't know. It was calling me. It was like my destiny was telling me to look through this phone.
And then she didn't take out. She didn't sign out completely, so she was still logged in.
No, I never delete anything because we not together. So I never deleted anything.
So
everything
y'all
was
weren't
as
together.
it
Y'all
was.
weren't officially together, but y'all were
Right,
together.
Right, so she didn't have to delete
she didn't
nothing.
have to
Yo,
delete
my-
nothing.
Her phone was still her
Leo,
phone.
let them
Come
tell
on.
their story. Let them tell their story.
Preach.
Yeah,
Not him,
let
Not
us
not
him
him
tell
jumping
the
in
story.
there because he don't want to hear it. Now he wants.
You don't know
Right,
the
you don't want to hear the
You heard
truth.
what he
He
said?
don't want to
But
hear
when
the
I got
truth.
home that night, he was like, all
Leo,
right,
Leo,
from
let them
now
tell their story.
on, we are
Mhm.
together. Like
That's right.
you my girlfriend, you know, I mean, yeah, I'm your girlfriend, you my boyfriend. So then I had to cut out all the shenanigans. But he had to make that call because the last time, like I said,
She
I
just skipping
assumed
through to the next.
I'm just keeping it real. If you ain't gonna keep it
I'm
real, then you
trying.
might as well
I'm
move
trying.
out the camera so I can get over here and
so-
tell them what went down.
Part of that was there was a particular person in her phone that she was entertaining that I didn't like that she was entertaining because the nigga don't take care of his kids. So that was major. Like on top of everything else, that was major because I knew that about him and she knew that about him and she was still entertaining it.
Mhm.
So that was like, whoa, like because she was a single mother.
Mhm.
So hold on. I got a question. Why did you entertain somebody that you knew who wasn't shit? Basically.
Because
She wasn't trying to be with him. Shit.
I wasn't trying to be with him, but I wanted him to have a relationship with my son, and I felt like I had to sell myself to him in order for him to come around for my baby. So there was a method behind the madness. I mean, it wasn't right, but I felt like, okay, I know that if he wants to come over to see me, he'll get to see my son, that he don't come see unless he's coming over to see me. So yeah, it was wrong. But like I said, we weren't together, so I was just doing what I did. So she over there cracking up. Yeah, so I mean, he seen that and he was upset about that, and I was wrong. But I explained to him why, I had done what I wanted, what I was doing, because he wasn't shit. He still ain't shit.
Yeah, no, I understood. I did. I understood.
And the only time he would come around was if, can I come hang out? So I'm like, all right, well, at least he'll get to see him. He ain't seen him in 3 years. I'll let him come over. So yeah, that's what that was. But after that, like, we had a conversation and it was like, all right, so basically from our Valentine's Day trip, he was like, that's going to be our official,
this is it.
Yeah.
This is our starting date.
Yeah. And now here we are.
So how long y'all been together now?
8. It'll be 8.5
on our anniversary.
On our anniversary in July, but we've been married for
almost 5.
5
years in July.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we dated a year, and then we were engaged for 2 years, and then we got married.
Well, that was a hell of a journey to get into the.
That's why we stuck. We stuck together forever. Because everybody go through all that shit and then we go break up. We together forever.
Yeah.
Plus we 50. Ain't nobody got time to even be starting over.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of waiting till you old. So like my parents been together for, I think today, it is today, their 65th anniversary. I think it's today. But I figured we didn't get married till we was 100. So we don't have long. I don't have to worry about trying to spend 100 years with her because we already old.
I like it.
I like it. Ramita said when everybody heard Will had a girlfriend, everybody was in utter shock.
Oh yeah, because he was a player. He was a player, a pimp. I guess he was out here had all the hoes, and they was like, oh my god, like people was like, I can't believe like he done settled down. Like that's how wild he was apparently. He had all kind of bitches in and out all around. Yeah.
Whoa. We're not gonna
I'm
only throw
sorry.
Will
He was
underneath
a
the bus.
whore.
You was doing your thing too.
I
She got a
wasn't.
whole baby. Had a whole baby.
I was in a relationship 3 years.
Had a whole baby on me.
Were you
No.
though?
Listen, the thing about me is I talk a good game. I hype you all the way up. But when it comes time for that follow through, I'm not going to do it. I'm telling you, I have your pants all the way down and you think you about to stick it in. And I'm like,
Yeah, she do that now.
Yo.
Like on a nightly
Like the
basis.
blue ball.
Like,
She the blue ball king queen. She be like, so baby. And then,
yeah, I be talking crazy. That's what I was doing, but I wasn't doing nothing. I was only messing with him. I'm so glad he did, though. I love Terrell. Oh, I love you too, Lynn. I'm sorry.
She act like she ain't ever been nowhere. Well, I don't know what's wrong with it.
It's all good. These comments for y'all.
That's for y'all. Yep.
It's the Taylor Port.
Not the Taylor Port.
The Taylor Port. And I'm starting to get hot.
who got Taylor's? Oh yeah, she do got Taylor's Port. It is purple.
Yep,
Yeah.
that'll do it.
So Brittany said y'all got to tell the engagement story. So what's the engagement story?
So the engagement story is we're in my apartment. I'm downstairs burning some bacon because I'm always burn. I used to always burn stuff because I start cooking and then get distracted. I'm downstairs burning some bacon. He comes downstairs and you got on one knee, didn't you? And I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
In the smoke?
Huh?
In the smoke, you was on one knee?
It wasn't that burnt.
It was. I think I might have turned it off when he came down because I was like, what's going on?
I still ate it.
Also, it was just a little crispy. It wasn't burnt.
Tell him, babe, because I'm doing all the talking.
Of course you are.
Wow.
So I had a diamond already. I didn't have the ring yet, but I didn't want to wait, so I just proposed with the diamond, and that was it.
Yeah. And then we looked for the perfect ring that we were going to put the diamond in, but the ring had such a beautiful diamond in it that I kept it in there. So I still have the diamond that he proposed to me with. Eventually I'm going to put it in a necklace or something, but we didn't end up using that diamond for my ring.
I ain't going to ask you why you just got loose diamonds hanging around like that, but that's not my business.
I'm a pimp by blood, not relay done. No, I actually, so let me see, what's the best way to put this? I knew that,
it's okay.
I had already had, so I'm a jury guy. So I had a really, really nice diamond that it was mine. Then I decided that I was in love with this woman, and then it just made sense because it was such a nice diamond to just have a ring made and give her the diamond. But then like she said, we ended up finding one that actually had a really nice stone in it, and so we just went on and got that. That's why.
Okay.
I like that.
The feds kicking the door while we doing.
So wait a minute. So he found the blood diamond.
Don't worry.
What I just heard is he found the blood diamond. He was going to turn into an engagement ring, but then he ended up finding something just better.
Yeah.
when they was at the Coliseum, and he went to the LA Coliseum and he found them behind that big ass statue one day. That's what we.
Is this what you want?
He found the blood diamond. He said, "I found the diamond." Who finds a diamond?
No, I didn't find it. I had it because I'm a jury guy anyway. So I had the diamond. It was originally for me, and then it was a nice. Well, we still got it. It's a really nice stone, but we just ended up finding something better in a ring that she already had.
Victor Moon Jr. gave it to him.
Yeah. Yeah, so then we were supposed to get married Valentine's Day the next year. And he had his home that he's been in for over 25 years, and I was living in an apartment. So he was like, well, it only makes sense for you to leave your apartment and come over here. So in the process of me moving out of my apartment and coming over here, there was some mold damage in house. Well, we needed a roof.
Roof damage that led to mold damage. So we ended up having to completely gut the house.
Out.
But the house is paid for, so it still made sense.
Yeah.
But we had to completely
That's important.
completely gut the house. But even with that, it was better anyway because it made it new. So it was both of our house as opposed to her moving into my home.
But that was some trials and tribulations. I didn't think I was gonna get through that because there was a couple of times that I questioned, like, you know, is this what I want? Because I don't know if y'all have ever remodeled a home or, you know, did that kind of work. That can put a big strain on your relationship. And
I'm sure.
And it did. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not marrying you. Like, at that time, like, I was staying with my daughter, my kids. I got 2 younger kids. One of them I had sent to stay. She stayed with her father. And then my son went to Atlanta to stay with my sister. So my life is completely displaced. And that's not what I'm used to. Like, I've always had like structure with my life. So for things to just be all wacky, it made me question. Like, that was that's probably, is that the biggest thing that we went through in our relationship, that I didn't know if we were gonna make it through. So I was like, I'm not marrying you, and I'm staying here, and my kids is here, and the house is in shambles. Like, no, it was a strain on our relationship. And then my father ended up getting diagnosed with stage 4 throat and lung cancer in was it May?
Something like that.
I think it was in like May of 2019. And like, he literally was fighting for his life. And at that time, like, I knew Will was gonna be my husband who I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. It was just a difficult time for me with, not being where I wanted us to be at that time. But I also did not want to miss the opportunity for my father to give me away if he hadn't made it. So I made a decision that, like, we got to get married, like, now. So we literally, was it 3 months, 2 months?
2 months.
Playing this, was it 60 days or 90 days?
It was 60.
60 days, put this wedding together, and got married so that my father could walk me down the aisle. Now this man don't got no cancer nowhere in his body. How you go from stage 4 throat and lung to not a piece of cancer nowhere in your body?
Because God is good.
You did that on purpose because you wanted me to hurry up and get married.
That's what that was. He made sure y'all got married. That's all that was.
Yeah, he had to get her
right.
I'm sorry. Like I said, he probably just made you like I'm not gonna make it, and just did it on purpose. Yeah,
no, I was at every chemo treatment, radiation. I was there, so it was for real. But yeah, it's amazing how God makes things work, how the universe works.
How to do it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in that wedding, like, I really didn't care about, how big, how small. I just wanted a little intimate ceremony and for my father to be able to give me away. And that wedding, for it to only have been planned in 60 days, was the most beautiful, experience ever. We had like 300, 400 guests.
300, a little over 300.
We didn't even know who was going to come. We just put an open invitation on Facebook. Like, if you want to come, you can come. It don't really matter to us. And like, people, and we got married an hour north of here in Marion, Indiana. And people drove they came and was there for us.
Was it an open bar?
Yeah. It was an open bar.
That's
food.
That's why.
Yeah, open bar they came.
All you can drink and all you can eat.
Yeah, but even with it being an open bar, that was an hour drive. So
it don't matter.
Really don't matter.
That's still an hour. Because Mary, and it's a boring drive at that.
Very
boring. Ain't no an hour. Like, it's really a long, boring drive.
Listen, I don't even know you. If I would have saw the invitation, I would have showed up.
It was people there that we never
I would have walked up in there like, cousin.
No, the way that worked out. So even like with the house, someone was telling us that that's one of the leading causes for breakups in marriages is house renovations. I never would have thought it until I experienced it. because I can see how traumatizing, men, we, especially if you've been a bachelor for most of your life, we don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever they get it done, just call them, let us know when you can get back over here. So we not
Yeah, y'all thug it out.
Yeah, we'll thug it out. But I see how it affects a woman's psyche, even just something simple, because she cooks, and then so we didn't have a kitchen. She was cooking looked like a little college dorm, in one of the rooms with a
little hot pot. What is that?
Hot plate.
Hot plate.
Hot plate.
Yeah, hot plate.
Yeah, so it definitely was rough.
Challenging.
It was rough. And then so for me the tough part was because when somebody mentions when they mention that they might give up on you because of some outside shit, there's a part of you that's like, well, I'm gonna give up on you. Like, so
not tit for tat.
So there's the part where as she's struggling, because it wasn't a struggle for me, but accepting.
He was living in his parents in the basement, right?
Yeah, but that I wasn't happy.
Well, I'm just saying that's like a home away from home for you, because that's your parents' house.
Not after a certain age.
I'm between my daughter's house and a hotel, like an extended stay type thing. So, yeah, it was completely different for me than it was for him, in my opinion.
But it wouldn't. So this is this is what women do. this here. Instead of letting me speak for myself, this is what we do.
You was comfortable, and I wasn't.
No, but so here's the thing. But what she's not understanding is what I actually said already. Is I would be comfortable in any. I didn't have to be there. It wouldn't have mattered where I was at, because I deal with it different. Because I'm a guy, just like I don't have to be in a fancy hotel if we go out of town. But I get that also as an artist, like that's what we did. Like if I'm in your city, I'm sleeping on your couch, on your floor, and it might be 4 of us in that mug. That's not her thing. So I get it. But the part of me had to get past the part where she's in her. So for her, I understand this is a struggle. Now I have to move past me struggling with her struggling, if that makes sense. Because that part is taking a toll on me. Like, what? I'm not this is going to be the reason, like we struggling because of this. So I had to remove myself from my view and look at it from her perspective, which is how I do most situations. But it comes from coming from a previous marriage to even get to this. So I'm in a space where I really don't stress on much, but I also don't stress on her stressing either. So I don't allow that to affect me to where I react to her actions based on, well, I won't even say her actions, because there'll be her reactions. And then I won't react to her reaction, because what happens is you snowball. And now there's 2 people living in the house that don't even like each other over something that the contractors was doing or wasn't doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, contractors are the devil. It's crazy that these people really control other people's lives, to the point that people, like they said, like people really do be breaking up behind being displaced because of people working on your homes. That is, I never would have knew till I experienced it. But it gives us a story. You know what I mean? So they say iron sharpens iron, and we definitely have been sharpened.
Yeah, that's not. And I was gonna ask, like, how do y'all handle conflict and stuff? But you already answered that question based on for that. Like, that's a good way to, like, you. And that's kind of like what Will said. We had a Will on here last week who was talking about how how his wife, not his woman, how his wife, she's an overthinker, and so he allows her the space to let all of her thoughts flow out. And then she'll catch herself and be like, I'm overthinking it. And he'll be like, mm-hmm. And then they go on about their merry little way. Like he'll let her process the way she needs to process. And so I like how you explain that, making sure that the stress is not a stressful zone or space for y'all. So I like that.
Yeah. Well, I've my life has been through so many different directions and bumps and it's crazy because it's also like I'm a spoiled kid, 2-parent home, but went to prison for selling dope. Like, so I'm all over the, you know what I'm saying? Like all over the board. But it allowed me a different view. So everything is not me. I'm not necessarily focused on me per se. I understand the value of focusing on her for my benefit. And so that's kind of helped. So like even when if she's upset, cause she's a Leo. So,
yeah. Hey girl.
Excuse me. What does that mean? Because I'm a Leo.
Yeah.
Well, she's a woman Leo.
She's a female Leo.
And she's a firecracker.
They're different. Yeah, they are different.
Are you an August Leo?
I am August 16th, 1974.
Yeah, okay. Put the numbers out there.
August Leo's crazy. That makes no sense.
She's a firecracker.
And I'm an only child by my father, so I'm spoiled too. So
she is her dad's only son.
For real. No lies.
If I wouldn't occasionally walk in the bathroom while she's in there, I'm sure she would be standing up. I'm sure she would. Wow. It's no doubt about it.
No.
Now, I don't know how good her aim would be, but she would be standing up. She would try it.
Shut up.
She would definitely try it. She's her dad's only child. And it shows. And so my whole thing is I'm big on spoiling her anyway. So it helps. She's the breadwinner in the relationship. So I overcompensate everywhere else, you know. So when she says, it's cold in here, hurry up, get up off my side of the bed, walk around to her side of the bed to turn the heater on. You know, or anything. She pull up at work and she forgot her freaking.
I used to forget.
She might forget to put her ring back on
at
in the
3
morning.
o'clock in the morning. When I used to go to work at 3 a.m, he would come back home, get my ring, and bring it back up there to me.
Like without her asking, like that's so I overcompensate. So I know that I've created a monster, but it's my monster.
I was
right, but it's your monster.
That's your monster.
I was already a monster. He
nourishes your monstrosity.
He added to it.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't mad at that. So we do have our other couple. They getting ready to join us, and so this gonna be a double header because we got y'all that's out here doing things, and then we also got the Asads that's out here doing things as well. And so y'all gonna help us to interview them, and then we gonna ask both of y'all some questions, both couples some questions to kind of see how y'all answer, how they differ, and all that other kind of good stuff. So we got to introduce none other than Mr. Bashiri Asad and Mrs. Yuzuri Asad. Hey y'all, hey. Y'all on here.
So we've been on here listening the whole time.
Oh my God. Listening.
So we've been here in the dark, just kind of listening, just doing the stuff that we do in the background. We're just listening to Will and T just talk, on their journey in their marriage. Look,
talking crazy.
Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's journey has a different, beautiful story. It isn't always roses, but the ability to be transparent about everything that you've experienced is beautiful. So kudos to y'all for being okay with it not being perfect.
Right.
Because that's so many people think that that's what the goal is for perfection
Mhm.
in a relationship, and it's simply not that.
Nope, not
So
even.
one time for y'all being honest, like this shit's not easy.
Period.
It's not.
Thank you.
Because
And for the
they
single
came on here
people,
spitting all the
and for the
facts
single
and
people
all
on
the
the
truth.
post, you know, y'all let me know when you find the book that tells you how it's supposed to be done.
Right.
Ain't no book.
Manual.
Ain't no
Somebody
book.
got
If
it.
you find it, you let us know.
All these relationship experts seem
Ain't
to
no
have
book.
written
Yo,
different versions of
So
the
many.
book.
It's
Just
so
saying.
many.
So many. It's so many, and they ain't never been married. Okay,
Well, I mean, you
Ain't
know,
never-
it's just the trick
ain't
that
even really been in a real relationship. So
Playing in people's face, talking about what they need to do. Better go on there.
and you know, ultimately, it like Zuri said, it's it's your story is your story, and that's the best part about it. You can make it whatever you want it to be.
And
Absolutely.
own it and honor it
Absolutely.
and lean into it because it's making you that the beginnings, the different aspects of what your journey looks like. All of that makes you who you are in every moment.
Right.
Every time you reappear to somebody, you've gone through something else, you've experienced something new, and you've become somebody else, and you got to stand on that. That's what people's goals need to be, is being comfortable with evolving with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that
so what
I
is
think
that?
that's one of the biggest problems with people is they don't want to evolve together.
No.
That evolve, that was like a perfect word, because everybody's like, oh man, they changed. Yeah, they evolved.
As they're supposed to.
That's
Nothing is
part of
constant in the
it.
world but change. And we
Right.
have to accept that and expect that in our relationships too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, y'all.
Right, I'm like, shit. Cause and I absolutely love that you said evolve together. A lot of people don't, a lot of people that talk about their relationships or how their relationships ended is because people were growing, but they were growing, as they say, in two different directions. And they weren't coming together. So what does that look like? Or how do you make that part of the journey to grow together?
Okay, so if I could just make a comment here.
Absolutely.
Lord.
So I'm gonna speak to Will on this. So you listen to people speak on what the perfect mate looks like, and what they're going to do, and how they're going to treat you every day, and how everything is going to be the same every day, just like it was the first day. Every day is going to be just like the best day.
Sounds good to me.
It all sounds so good. It gets
amazing.
you these. It gets you these. It gets you everything. All of that. I swear. It gets you all of that stuff. When in actuality, none of us know what we want from 1 week to the next.
Yeah, because it changes.
That is facts.
And
that is facts.
the trick of it all is just to be able to be with someone and say, look,
I accept you.
I want to do this with you.
With you. Yeah.
We're going to figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to be bigger than you.
Yeah.
The minute you realize that it is not about you, you have started. You started on the right foot. You've started on the right foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you say all the time.
It is the best work is in saying, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know and you're with the right person and they don't know either,
right.
Okay.
Guess what you're going to do?
Figure it out.
Figure it out how.
And
together.
Figure it out together.
And here's the thing about it is, even if we didn't figure it out together.
And the best part is y'all did it together.
Together.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't figure it out together.
Right. It's not about accepting change. It's being able to roll with change and accepting that someone else is going to have to be able to roll with your change as well.
Right.
And if you look at it from the standpoint that it's an endurance race, then it's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be it's going to be a battle of attrition, and you won't enjoy yourself.
Right.
But if you just look at it for what it is, well, she ain't going nowhere.
I know.
Absolutely not.
One is don't nobody want her.
Okay.
And the other one, is, you know, she got to get jumped out. You know how that goes.
Blood in, blood out.
I got to get jumped out. Something. Look, I understand.
You're gonna have to get
So
that's
I guess
we're going to the streets.
And,
For real.
and I guess with all of that being said, I say that it's not just about adjusting the change. It's just accepting the fact that change is inevitable, and you are willing to do this journey with this person.
Right.
If it doesn't work, that's not your person. Oh, that was your person for that time.
For that time.
Right.
Mm-hmm. For that time, yeah.
For that time.
Yep.
Moreover, being in a relationship requires you to literally every single day wake up and make the choice to be with that person.
Yeah.
You have to consciously say, yep, this is where I'm supposed to be. Or, yep, this is who I'm supposed to be with. Or, yep, we're going to do this, even though you looking at whatever hardship or whatever amazing thing that you would rather be doing by yourself for whatever reason, whatever it is, you get up in the morning and say, yes, this is still my person.
Right.
Yes, this is still my person with everything that comes with that.
Yeah. When people say I can do bad all by myself, that is the weirdest shit to me.
I mean, you can, but is it worth it? Like,
not at all. I would much rather
like, it's not as if you can't.
Right here.
Yeah.
Like that's a no-brainer to me. That is so weird to me.
Exactly. I would rather jump off a cliff with somebody who's crazy enough to go with me.
Like,
I don't need nobody that's scared to live.
Yeah.
I don't need nobody that's, you know, worried about what other people think about what we have happening.
Right.
That's not what this is. And a lot of people base their relationships on those kinds of things. They base themselves on what their relationship looks like compared to somebody else's or compared to whatever they see as an idea on the surface, but have never been behind that door. Like you can say it looks good.
You have no idea.
You have no, You don't know what they went through to get there.
You really want to be these people that you idolize and all of this kind of stuff. No, you got to look at what's going to be in front of you every day. You not just have to be okay with that. You have to know that you chose this life.
Right.
And you got to know that you chose this person for everything that they are, everything that they aren't, everything they can become, everything they refuse to become because it ain't for them. You got to be okay with all of that, and you got to accept it. And that's where the love is when you say all of these things are still not enough to not make me love you.
Right.
It isn't enough for me to continue to go through whatever we're going through together. We don't have enough stuff in common, or we don't have enough stuff that matches that's going to make it so that this feels like this is worth my life hours, my time, because we can't get that back.
Right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do anything that I'm doing without this one. Not at all.
Die line.
I like the fact that you called him this one. He was like, this one.
Hot fire.
Because this my guy. This is my guy.
And that's the other thing too, is when y'all really friends, like really for real friends, then there's another part of you that don't want to betray your friend. Right. So not only do I not want to betray my mate, but it's two people here. It's her, my friend, and her, my mate. And I don't want to betray neither one because I can't even talk to my friend about what I did to my mate.
So Will, I'm gonna take the people back behind the candle, bro. I'm gonna go behind the curtain, if we will. So men are always talking about loyalty. I can only speak from a man's perspective. I can't speak on a woman's perspective on what y'all talk about, but men are always looking for loyalty when it comes to their interactions, whether it be brotherhood, sisterhood, friendship, companionship, anything like that. We're looking for people who are real,
right?
People that you generally jive with, even if y'all don't agree on everything. Just somebody you can be yourself around in a room full of people or by yourself. love is just a small part.
Mhm.
You genuinely just have to like each other.
Yeah.
And you literally, and I hate that we stop saying literally, and you really right, and you have to
literally
F with. You have to F with
Listen,
that person.
I think I'm a man for real.
Can we curse or not? I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so you really have to fuck with your mate. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's some real shit.
Like heavy.
I mean, unspoken conversations.
Right.
Even if I'm completely dead ass wrong, fuck with me until we leave.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Period.
And then the realest person in the room, which is your mate, the one person that you deal with out of everybody else, the whole house, the whole room could burn down except for you and your mate. That person will check you.
Yeah.
You accept it because that person sees you.
For who you are.
Yeah, like,
and they know who you are. Exactly.
Yep.
for anybody that's listening, like, that's the work.
Yeah.
It's not the list.
No,
Right.
It's the person that's willing.
It's the foundation. The friendship is the foundation, and people skip that. They want these microwave relationships and want to just jump all in, and they don't have that foundation. That foundation is what's going to withstand the storm. I swear, because he be working my nerves as my husband, but he is my homie. So even when I'm mad at, damn, you didn't take the trash out. But guess what happened at work? Like, that's my homie. Like, he is my best friend. So our friendship it means so much more than anything.
You find yourself doing stuff like putting your phone on D&D real quick, and you don't want to mess with nobody else because you and your homie are just hanging out.
I wish he would do that. He doesn't. He want to be on Facebook.
Will
we hanging out?
Will
I do that?
No,
we just had a whole conversation about that. At
all?
Okay,
we'll go right to airplane mode of D&D.
She said, "Okay, I'm sorry."
I'm sorry. I never say I'm sorry. I never say I'm sorry.
Right.
I tell us what it's hitting.
But like,
I was just going to say that Taylor Point getting to
people, and
that
you can't get your married friends. Your married friends ain't looking to fuck with y'all. They fucking with each other, and they may not even be doing anything crazy. They just
at home,
chilling.
They just at home.
Right.
One thing I do know though, like once you're married, when they say seriously, you no longer have single friends. That is the facts. Like,
I don't agree.
If you're married,
it changes. It changes. You have levels. It's like an archery target.
I gotta really think
It's a
about
lot like an archery target.
Yeah, like the circle gets kind of restrained because like I know, like
I get that.
Like all of a sudden I don't get the phone calls I used to get no more. Like
I get
the
dynamics of it.
We there and
then
the
relationship change.
But it's not us running off our single friends. It's our single friends. So what happens? What happens is we don't outgrow them. It's almost like they shrink. Like they get uncomfortable in those spaces around.
No, you do outgrow them.
Yeah, but we don't.
I don't think the conversation is the same.
I was just gonna say the commonality.
That's the same.
Yeah, our commonality shift because our perspective shift.
Yeah,
so single people and married people don't think the same.
Yeah,
because single people are only worried about themselves. Married people have two people at a minimum to worry about.
Right.
We're talking about if we put kids in the equation.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that change. So it's like I do have complete freedom to do whatever the hell I want, and so does he. But I don't have the same freedom to just get up and go. Like we have to be considerate of one another.
Right. That's
so
true.
my friend can be like, "Girl, I'm finna go out and I want to go do A, B, and C." I'm like, "All right, girl. Well, I'm gonna meet you at C." Times a ticket and all that other stuff I'm not really interested in because you trying to go do this thing which I don't need because I got that at home, and you trying to do this thing which I also don't need because I be cooking and I'm straight. So let's go meet here and then I will go home. And they be like, "Well, why you don't want to?" Because I don't want to, because that doesn't interest me anymore.
Yeah, because even the conversation.
I'm a married single woman because I'll be just like you. I'm a married single woman. I'm gonna meet you at C because I ain't doing A and B.
I don't need a ride. Thank you so much. I would like to get my.
When you go to D, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna rub my feet together.
And I'll tell you, the way married men talk, we say shit like, Look, man, I'm gonna have to ask my wife for permission. You know how this go, man.
Nah, I mean, yeah, we do that. But
before I do, let me check the calendar, the Google Calendar, real quick, and make sure we're doing.
Because we definitely synced up.
Yeah.
But the thing is even though when you and the homeboys are talking, like even yo, I did this to this bit, and you be looking at them like, for real? Like you thought that was cool? Like,
do that, like,
yeah.
But no, see, I don't really do that with them. I just come home and tell her.
You tell me.
But that's the homie though.
Because I don't understand why they tell me the intimate details. I don't be. When I was single, I didn't tell my intimate details.
Right?
But Will, that's cool though, because she's the homie. But I'm just talking about like if you're in a setting of a group of men, and then like your other man's talking about some real crazy trifling stuff. Like at some point, you just be like, "Did you do that like last week? Ain't you tired?" Like,
see, I don't try to make them feel what I feel about it. Which first one is I'm a barber by trade, so
you hear everything.
Everything.
Oh yeah, you hear everything.
And so I don't try to make them feel how I feel. I there's a part in my brain that initially, like people. What happens is they don't even feel comfortable. I'm not gonna say comfortable. They just know that stuff don't really entertain me. If they're around me enough, what happens is they start to take on my attributes versus me taking on theirs. Like I was talking to my little homie and I'm telling him like, dude, don't let these girls be the reason that your life is in shambles. And I'm telling him this because like here I am with 10 kids. You know what I'm saying? Now, and so I'm trying to put him up on game, on 52-year-old game, and he's in his late 20s. So so the conversations are different, but the people that I'm having them with ain't really changing much. They just like most of the single people that I encounter, they like, man, like y'all dope. And but I always I always say we're like your single friend's favorite couple, because one is we inappropriate as fuck, like
than a motherfucker.
And then she's the homie. Like she's the one my cousin will call and say, hey man, where your wife at? Put it on speaker. And then say some shit he has no business saying to a woman, but it's the truth and he wants to know your take on it. So when I spit in her mouth was like you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, I'm grossed out. So she like, well, no, she liked it. So it's a little different because when I say that she's a boy. I married a boy, man. Like, so
I mean, she liked it. She liked it.
Because that's a true statement. Like, what you gonna do?
If that's what she into, hey,
that's what she's into. She's into.
That's what. So it's a little different for us as far as the people that how we deal with people. Now we have different relationships, so we don't have our married friends hang out and have a bunch of our single friends in the same space. We'll just invite all our single friends.
Stop it today.
in a particular space. And then we'll invite all our married friends. Like we won't try to mash everybody together, because the one thing about the single friends is we might trust them, but we know that other people might not trust them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. So look, you said something about being inappropriate, and y'all are like hilariously inappropriate. So when I talk about their costumes, this is what I mean.
Oh my God.
This was my favorite costume that I saw on Halloween. Listen, when I say
eat the box
they
like
are
groceries.
Oh my God.
Not eat the box like groceries.
We like Halloween. That's one of our favorite holidays.
Listen, I've noticed. That's how I was like,
yeah.
Listen, they are hilarious and I love it.
That's awesome.
Like
And then what's crazy
picture.
about that picture is I think our 12-year-old took that picture.
Right. Yeah, we're horrible parents. We're too old for this shit.
Took that picture.
We're too old for this shit.
Yeah. I'm calling the people on y'all. I'm calling the people on y'all.
Please.
Get them up out of here.
Please.
Get them up out of here. I'm ready to live my best life.
I'm calling the people on y'all. What?
Look, when I saw that picture, I shared it and I said, look, Future Babe, if we can't do this, don't even come this way. Don't come this way, okay? We can't be out here clowning and cutting up together. Then what are we actually doing with each other?
Right. What are we together for? What are we together for? Yeah.
Because a lot of people talk about like relationship goals and all this, that, and the third or whatever. But like when I see certain things like this, I was like, yes, absolutely.
Yes.
That's a goal.
Yeah,
to be that damn foolish with my person.
I promise. That's why I said I knew he was my person, because that is me all day, every day. And when I ran into him and I'm like, this is you too? Oh my God. Because I have dated
Did we just
people
become
that
best
was
friends?
like
Right.
uncomfortable with that kind of stuff. But him, like, it's a go. If I'm like, hey, we agree to do this, he like, let's go. If he says, hey, we agree to do this, I'm like, let's go. Like, we are in sync with each other. And it just works. It works. So I can be myself through and through and not have to worry about, filtering anything or trying to be something that I'm not. With him, he accepts me for who I am. I accept him for who he is. And it works for us. It works. Thank God it works.
You said, thank God it works.
Thank God it works.
She done been through some trash relationships.
Oh, some trash.
She done been in relationships with me before I was in a relationship. So those other guys that was doing the same shit that I was doing, but not to her. Yeah, she's it's been rough. It's been rough.
Man, dumpster diving.
Not dumpster diving.
Dumpster diving. Man.
Listen,
hilarious.
Dumpster diving is that's nasty work.
That's crazy.
That's why I tell them it ain't no outs. We are in this forever.
Yeah, I already know.
Ain't no outs.
I already know that if I want out of this marriage, I gotta fake my death.
Absolutely. And I'm
Change
I got a Machiavellian.
At least you know.
Yeah,
She might find. She might. Matter of fact, when they put you on the ground, she might be like, you know what? Put me in there too.
Hey, for real though, because I got to make sure. Open it up.
You know what she might do? She might wait till they put you in there, put the dirt on. She might
come back later.
And I'm taking all the dirt off and I'm checking his pulse.
Nah, she gonna be like, you know what? Cremate his ass so I know it's real.
Burn his ass up because I need to make sure he got.
Burn his ass at the stake so I know it's real.
Absolutely.
Wait, who we burning? See, with Wi-Fi, we acting a fool and we come back and
Leo, stop. You're giving her ideas. You're giving her ideas.
If he wanted out of the marriage, he'd have to fake his death. And Terrell
we said at the beginning, this is a gang you got to get jumped out of. That's what it is. And by jumped, I mean you got to square up with me in the middle of the street in real life.
He's talking about he's gonna fake his death.
He says he's
talking about everybody. I'm checking the
shade room video.
Get my blood pressure cup. I got to make sure you go.
He said, I got some stuff I can take.
Right. Get my tea together. Slow down my breathing.
Oh, you gotta get your magical tea, your tincture.
Get the magic.
Hold on. Yo, Will. She gonna be in the autopsy room.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
That's when you know it's real. Once you see the autopsy room, you be like,
for the low.
He's not leaving me with these kids, and even though I birthed them, it don't matter. He's not leaving me with these kids by myself.
And I ain't staying with these kids.
Will, what'd you say? Will, hey baby, it's daddy. Put mommy on.
Right. The kids, the dogs.
Definitely not them dogs. Definitely.
That's fun. Have a good life.
I love it. I love it. So, Yuzuri and Bashiri, tell us y'all story, how y'all got together and ended up in married bliss and all of that good stuff. Because Will and Terrell had us laughing from the beginning about their story.
So you seen you seen The Hangover, right?
What?
Yep.
Wait.
I know. That's what I'm like. What?
That hangover.
Wait, did you see her face?
You there looking at him like
That hangover.
It's nothing like that. No, it's nothing like that. It's nothing like that.
There's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. That's hilarious.
You gonna tell her now?
Wait, Jack. Okay, there you go.
Like, wait a minute, The Hangover? What? Vegas? No, nothing like that. No.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I think they freeze.
Yeah.
They freezing.
What did my man say last week? They got the T-Mobile.
That's he don't do right ever.
So,
No, it's fine. He just crazy.
so I'm gonna give a 65-cent tour of our relationship. We started off
Uh-oh.
we met
Come on. Okay, there you go.
directly while I was in undergrad and she was in high school on tour. We did
senior year. Let's be clear about
her
that. I wasn't
senior year.
12.
She wasn't 12.
I
She wasn't 14.
You gotta give out the real. You gotta give out the numbers. Give out the numbers.
Everybody breaking out the math.
Bring
I
out
was
the
like, wait a
numbers.
minute.
While we were doing this tour, I was in the university chorus.
What?
It's breaking up.
Yeah.
Dang.
This woman told me years later that she told her friend that was standing next to her that I was her husband. Mind you, I'd never met her, never talked to her.
Oh.
Didn't know who she was, but she told somebody I was her husband. Didn't tell me about it till years later.
Reason for it,
So,
because I was right.
fast forward. Yeah. So we met in undergrad, and we met in undergrad, and we were friends for 3 years. And I was dating somebody at the time. She was dating somebody. She wasn't dating somebody. I wasn't dating somebody. Then I was dating someone else. Because it's me. Once that situation was over with, and I'm going to call it a situation. Once that situation was over with, we realized that we should give us a try. I think that may have been the first spark of us being and all I wanted to do was not hurt my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew who I was. I wasn't a horrible person. No, it's just I didn't know what I wanted at the time, and I didn't want to blur that line between friend and somebody that you're with at the time.
Right.
Like she knew me at the time, and I didn't want to mess that up. And I'll never forget. My father and I snuck into a concert at IPY. It was the Isley Brothers, and it was Moore's Day at the time.
You didn't tell me y'all snuck in.
Snuck the fuck in. Snuck in. And it was outside. And this was after she and I, this is before she and I spoke overnight. And we got to really know each other. We got to really talk trust and talk some serious things. And we decided to take a chance in our relationship. And a few years later, we decided that, we wanted to be together forever. And it literally happened that way. It simply happened that way. Simply, the SARS. Simply happened that way.
Simply happened that way.
That's the Cliff Notes.
Right.
So how long
but we've
have
been
you
married
guys...
now. July will be 20 years.
Okay.
Hey.
We've been
all right
together now for 23 years in July.
Okay.
And we've been friends for 26 years. It's too many stories. Like, no disrespect to T and Will. Look, man, look.
Hey, we just got started.
There's a whole Last Dance documentary, 10-part documentary that could
be. The experiences have led to good things.
Yeah.
Even the experiences that were not good things necessarily, they have all led to good things because here we are.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So I got a question. So let's talk about
an amazing experience so far. And I like to ride, so I ain't getting off.
You ain't getting off? Pun intended. Okay.
That was the 65-cent tour. I mean, there's a lot, so I didn't want to get into all that. There's a lot.
We appreciate that.
Oh, half hour, child. We ain't got enough time on the podcast.
We're not gonna do
it.
So how do y'all in all these years, how do you guys maintain intimacy?
What is that?
Not what is it?
What? Not
you don't know what it is.
I've read that. Because there's a million of them out there and they all crazy. Bless their hearts. But yeah, it was just our rotation around one another was it was an inevitability. What we became was an inevitability. There was no way that we could have not ended up together. Yeah.
So you saying it was divinity, divine fate.
Mm-hmm.
I love that for y'all.
I messed up.
I love that for y'all. Okay, we can't hear them. I think they went out. So like you said, I was asking about the intimacy part. So you said what is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, I am in full-blown menopause.
Okay.
So it's hard for me it does not even cross my mind. Like for him, it's on his mind all day, every day. For me, it doesn't even cross my mind. Like when I tell you that I am a completely different person than who he met, I am a completely different person. I have evolved, as we said.
Yeah, she's a turtle that grew a shell.
Oh no!
and crawled into that mom. and I'm a ninja turtle.
You in a half shell. You trying to come out
there? Yo.
Yeah, it's a struggle. It's a struggle for me. It is.
Why is it a struggle?
I just don't think about it. I mean, honestly, I don't think about it. Like my hormones are all over the place. And by the time I sit down, I'm asleep. I'm snoring, I'm out. And he's sitting over there wide awake like, hey, what's happening? Yeah. And I'm
with the strong arm of the law.
Yo, well, just think while she sleep. Wake her up.
Yeah, but intimacy isn't just sex. I mean,
it isn't.
It really isn't.
We're intimate all the time.
It's the smell for me.
Yo, Will's like, he
don't give a fuck.
Will, we right here, Will. We right here.
So the thing is, I agree. Intimacy is not just sex, but 90% of the time you would like for intimacy to end in sex.
That part. That part.
But no, it's okay.
He accepts me for who I am, and I love you for that, honey. I love you
too.
Aww.
No, that was a conversation we had early on, again, this is my second marriage. So, and I work in a barbershop. So one of the things that I hear and have heard for most of my life is men complain about their sex life with their wives.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just it's most relationships, that's what I hear.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't have married her if I wasn't willing to be with her regardless of what that looked like.
Absolutely.
Don't mean I like it, but I would not have married her if I wasn't prepared to fight through that part.
Right.
Regardless of how long that part lasts. That's just one of the things that I knew. I know that that's an issue, and it's not about race. It's not about age. It's not about what you do for a living. All of those things are different excuses that people in those situations use.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, it's just a thing. I don't know what it is, because some of them don't be menopause, but it'd be the same situation. But for whatever reason, it's a thing. For whatever reason. Yeah. And I just refuse to let that thing be the reason that I'm trying to find happiness somewhere else. That I just refuse.
Absolutely.
That's right.
I love that.
I love that.
Okay, I think we have a better connection now. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what's been going on. We've been having the issue all day. There was a question asked and I missed it, but people was giggling and then we dropped out. I don't know what
we heard everything that you said, Will. We heard what you said.
We heard this part.
We heard
before you said somebody said something and I was like, yeah, I don't know. And then everybody was dying. I'm like, I don't know what I said. I didn't say nothing. I'm sorry.
It was an intimacy question.
Yeah, we asked about intimacy. Yeah.
Okay. Well, shoot. What you
re-ask the question.
So my question was, in your marriage, how is intimacy now that you've been together for so long? One of the things that happens in marriage, y'all was just talking about. You were talking about the renovations earlier, but then it's also finances are some of the things that can and having children, but finances is one. I mean, not finances. I said that already, but intimacy is one of those main things. Like the sexual chemistry is one of those main things that can cause marriages to kind of like have their issues and their struggles. So how are you guys maintaining that after all of these years? Your intimacy.
We're crazy about each other.
Yeah.
Make it a point to connect in some way every day. The beautiful part about intimacy is it isn't just sex.
Absolutely.
And having the ability to connect with your partner, even if it's just brushing up against each other or stopping to talk to somebody or, holding hands, making sure you hug one another, you see each other, you kiss, you make sure you say you love each other throughout the day, and then the little things like making sure, he get out the bed, there's coffee ready, or I get out the bed and there's tea ready. Teaming up on making sure that our house doesn't fall apart, because I told y'all we got 5 kids and they're crazy as hell. Making sure that all of us have ease so that there's more time to focus on one another.
Absolutely.
And making sure that we remain connected. Like, are you okay? How are you feeling today? How did you sleep last night? At one point, I told my husband, I was like, man, I just be asleep. I don't know. I fall asleep and then I get up. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna quit asking you how you slept. Don't do that because I still want you to ask me. I want to sleep 8 hours when I can only sleep 4.5. Like, it matters. But simple things like that, just checking in with one another.
Yeah, just checking in.
I love to cook. My husband can cook, but I'm usually the one in the kitchen because this is my happy place. So feeding him is another form of intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looked like he back there getting pots and pans out.
Listen, he's
like he getting them ready.
He's prepared.
Couldn't sit in the office because of our connection for whatever reason, but he's in here like moving dishes and stuff.
I'm trying to wash dishes and shit. Look, don't pay no attention, man. I'm here. I'm with it.
We multitasking because again, we got 5 children and they're crazy as hell. I can't stress that. Children that I know, but baby, it's almost 9:30, and they about to all turn into gremlins and then pumpkins. So here we are. Y'all about to get the Asads special and everything. Y'all hear folks coming down steps and who knows what kind of cookie sheets and pans and shit. Welcome.
You're welcome.
You are in our house right now. This is all of the things that come with.
Yeah, we got one right next to us in a t-shirt and drawers.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. It's a t-shirt.
It's being able to have time like this and still be connected to one another.
Yeah.
The rustle and bustle of getting ready for bed. We're having late dinner because apparently I forgot to turn the pressure cooker on for the beans tonight. Like shit is going on. We don't care. We are still here with each other. We are still connected to one another. You just saw him breeze by again, but watch, look, he's gonna pop in. Go do some more shit. This is just how we operate. And then when the night is over and the children go to bed, we intentionally sit down together. We might have a drink.
He done took his hat off.
Right. He didn't get
watching that Clone Tyrone again.
We gonna watch that Clone Tyrone again. That's what we be on. Like we watch stuff and hyperanalyze it and figure out how it applies to our real lives because they be lying to us about movies being fake. Y'all know better. That's another time. We do this kind of stuff because that's what we bonded over when we got together. We used to sit around. We were literally Saturday morning cartoon and cereal buddies at one point in undergrad. Like this my homie in real life. Like he knew all the dudes that I like low key liked and was dating and whatever else was going on. And the girls that he was dealing with, I was like, that's a tech head, but okay, do your thing. That kind of stuff.
It was
back and forth about all of this kind of stuff. So he knows everything about me. And I know everything about him. And if he hiding shit, it's gonna come out eventually because he can't keep nothing from me.
That part.
And I can't keep nothing from him. Like eventually it comes out because just is what it is. Truth is truth. But our intimacy is based on our respect for one another and our connection with one another. And the reality that we, like I told y'all earlier, we choose each other every day. That's my best friend in real life. Like if it wasn't nobody else on the planet, it was just me and him. It would be me and him traipsing around the world doing whatever we felt like doing. We got 5 babies, so that journey is a little bit slower because we would take them too.
Yeah, you gotta take
in the midst of that. We find those sweet spots where we can just indulge in it just being he and I. And we do that as often as we possibly can.
We be late night creeping.
If that's just a coffee date that we commit to every week,
keep on popping in.
So ridiculous. I swear. It's my life, y'all. You want more? Okay, I'm gonna let Baba get it for you because I'm talking to people.
I think it's absolutely beautiful though, because from what I know about you all, and I've been able to witness Bashiri performing, and listen, man can sing, okay? The man can do his thing. I've witnessed you dancing. I've witnessed Will doing poetry, and it's just like all of these creatives and artists, and then to see how your relationships kind of show that flow as well. Like I don't think I've ever been somewhere that Bashiri was performing and I did not see Yuzuri. You know what I'm saying? And when I do see her, she floating in there like a little butterfly or like a little pixie, because that's her energy anyway. Tinkerbell.
My husband said, and is.
Black Tinkerbell, she floating in there hugging on people and all that other kind of stuff, but she's always front and center. And the last couple of times that I've seen Terrell, she was helping Will with the exact shirt that she got right. So, you know what I'm saying? Like it's always the flow and it's the connectivity between the partners that I've witnessed that I'm like, oh yeah, other people need to see this too. Like that's what I loved about, you know, and then the recommendation for y'all to be on here. I was like, absolutely, because why not? Because every couple that's been on here, I have witnessed in some shape or form. And Byron and April was the first couple on here, and they're a tag team of business owners together and all of that kind of stuff. So watching all the couples that's been on here, they work together. Our couple last week, they both DJs. He's her mentor. So they both DJs, you know, and that was really dope because she just decided one day she wanted to be a DJ and he mentored her. And so that's how they both be out here DJing. And it's super cute because she is literally the opposite of the music that she play. Like she real, real in the cool, laid back, real quiet, but she be out here getting to the music. And so to see the different dynamics and help people to understand, like, you choose your partner, you choose how your life is set up, you choose the way that relationship can grow or how it cannot grow. You get to choose the dynamic, you get to choose how it ends up. And so every couple has said, you choose. You choose. You make a choice to get up and love this person. You make a choice on how you communicate. You make a choice to have intimacy. You make a choice. And so the bottom line for all y'all that's watching is you make a damn choice. You get up every damn day and you choose your
decision. It's got to be a mutual decision.
That part.
Y'all got to choose each other.
That part. Got to choose each other
every day, because if you don't, then somebody's not being honest. If you can't choose each other every day, then somebody is not being fulfilled. Somebody's not getting everything that they said that they needed in this space. And that's where you have to start. You got to address those holes when they happen. You got to see when there's weaknesses in the chain so that you can correct them, so that you can go back and do that metalsmithing and fix that space. And if it can't be fixed, how do you shift as a unit so that is not a concern?
Right.
Always that you've got to always have your problem solving hat on. You've always got to be in a position to be willing to, and people hate this word, but you have to be willing to compromise. But not yourself. You're not compromising you. You're shifting your energy to be a part of the greater good for what it is that you want, what it is that you see, what you've decided is your complete vision together. You have to be willing to have a conversation about what that looks like. I'm sorry, it's this.
He over there at the hibachi.
He over there, clink, 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 clink.
My bad.
It's all kind of butter knives. I told you I'll be in the kitchen. It's butter knives.
This the room. I'm sorry. This the room in the house that everybody congregated.
He great squirt sake in her mouth.
Like you know my life, bro.
He was finna sprinkle the shit.
What'd you say? Will, what'd you say? 1 second here.
That's hilarious.
All of that, when they do the little train, that's what that sounded like.
All that was is him just putting dishes away, but like the microphone on our laptop picks up everything.
That's hilarious. No, it's fine. It was just like that. Really does sound like he was over there. Just get into it. Get into it behind the camera.
I got hungry.
It's Taco Tuesday too, cuz I'm just saying.
Oh, shoot, it is Taco.
All right, so what's up? I mean, you bringing tacos? What's up?
Right.
That's crazy.
Right? Because what's happening?
I don't know where you at. Also, our household is completely 100% plant-based, so I don't know if you want these tacos because ain't no pork. Ain't no.
I do.
Oh, I try. Listen.
Got a fish or nothing. We
listen. I try everything. All right.
Okay, great. Well, the next time that you get hungry and you happen to be on the south side, look us up.
South side of where? Where am I going?
Indianapolis.
Of Indianapolis.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
So that means you
would have to decide what south side it was where you wanted to go. He's like,
the south side of a lot of places.
Where's south side?
Somewhere on the east coast.
Yeah, you talk about south side. I'm like, what south side of where?
It's a lot of south sides. That's so.
Yeah, a lot of
in his defense, it's a lot of south sides.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, we live in on the south of Indianapolis. We live just past downtown. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think everybody on here has been married, right?
Yes.
Hey, look, Pablo, you ain't been married before?
No.
I mean,
I feel like you lying.
I was
But I
about to
feel
laugh.
like you're
I was
lying.
really about to laugh. I was
but
like,
it
that's
don't count. That's what you said.
It felt like
Right,
it sometimes.
That's
but
what I'm
like,
about to say. Like,
Yeah, but I ain't really. I didn't. For
That was one of
real,
them serious
a little
spinning
bit.
nights. One of them serious spinning nights.
yeah,
One of them long spinning nights.
she may or
bag
may
never
not have
left,
the key. You know,
Oh my
she
God.
might have to knock on the
I'm
door
like, because I'm
sometimes.
gonna be like, I could have swore you had said you
She
was
like,
married.
I mean,
before.
I know your neighbors, your mama like me.
Yeah,
Right.
you know what I mean? Nah,
I rode by
I'm
your
like,
mama house and you wasn't home.
Yeah.
You
You
wasn't
like,
Yeah.
oh, I mean, I know what her house, I know what her car looked like or whatever.
Yeah. He
When
said
I
he was
leave, she
going to
gotta
a
leave.
Christmas
You
party
know what I
with
mean? Everyone
John
knows.
Smith. Or was
Right.
it John Doe?
John Smith, fool.
Or Jane Doe?
I'm not talking to you.
It got close, but I ain't never jumped the broom, but I got close.
Well,
so.
okay, because I could have swore I heard or that you told me that before.
Nah.
There
I
was some
don't
common
really
law
be
happening.
forgetting
There was some
stuff.
common
Said
law
I might
happening.
have
It was
sweat.
getting close.
Okay, that might
Yeah,
be.
it was getting close.
But I
Okay.
had you.
Okay.
Take your time, man.
Yeah.
Patience,
Time.
patience.
Take your
If we
time.
can't give
Please.
no other advice, you can definitely not rush into marriage because
Man.
Patience.
you want to be married when you get married.
Mm-hmm.
Eh,
And
Absolutely.
you want to be committed to being married once you get married because it is not something that you want to be like, never mind, I don't want to do this no more.
Yeah, yeah.
That don't look good on
I'm bored.
don't
That sounds
bode
like me
well
already.
with you involved with what you got going on. Like you just really making a ripple effect of bullshit. And you don't want
Yeah.
Yeah.
like you wasting money, you wasting resources, you wasting time, which is the most wealthy currency that we all have right now. You cannot play in people's face. I want to be married. Never mind. No, I don't. I was just playing. You can't, it's expensive to be stupid that way.
Yeah.
Man.
And now
They
more,
do that too.
we're in an era of people who are learning and are being reared by what they're learning on social media.
On social media, yeah,
They're
absolutely.
being reared by their peers
Yeah.
based on what they're learning on social media, which is dangerous.
Yeah.
Super dangerous.
It's dangerous because you don't know, you can't learn everything you need to learn about manhood, let alone womanhood, let alone companionship from your peers when your peers in the generations under us are battling the sexes and redefining what it is to be a man, what it is to be a woman, what it is to be a partnership, what it is to be in a marriage. You feel like you're old fashioned, don't you? You feel old in another way. You feel like what you're doing might be archaic according to what some of the young people are doing today.
Yeah.
When it's the most practical thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one thing that we overthink that is the most practical thing.
Yeah. You hear a lot of people talk about like a man is supposed to be a provider, and I'm like, I completely agree, but people don't even know what it is that they want to be provided.
Got it with.
Like,
people have to have a clear definition of what it is that they need.
Yes.
And want and desire. And all of those things have to be on the table when you put yourself in a position to put yourself in a partnership, because you can't not be transparent about all of those things, because each of those different aspects make up the totality of your relationship.
Yeah.
And if you can't be honest about what you want, if you can't be transparent about what you need, there's no way you're going to be able to tell somebody what you want because you want it just because it feel good or because it's nice.
Right.
Serve it or whatever that is.
Or it's the thing that everybody's talking about.
Or it's the thing that's trending right now.
Yeah.
A lot of these relationship experts and podcasts, for that matter, and book writers and all of that kind of stuff. There are so many people that think that they have the be all end all formula to having the perfect relationship. But what people don't look at is the dynamics that line up before they come to this conclusion.
Yeah.
So they're not looking at the trial and error. They're not looking at different things that have to happen in order this is the formula that I came up with. You got to mess up a lot before you can say this is the thing that works. Simultaneously, people are also ignoring the fact that when these grand statements are being made, it's like, this is what works for me.
Yep.
Come on now. That's the part. That's the part.
It's not the rules. This isn't fine print. This isn't this what it is, and ain't nobody else gonna write a book after this. The one before it don't matter. This the one. This is what you gotta do. Everybody writes like that, but they're not saying I had to mess all these things up to get to that. And I know this is gonna be fucked up after it, but at least this part right here is gonna work. Buy for $24.95 and make me a bestseller on the New York Times bestsellers list, because I think that everybody,
and it still ain't gonna work for you.
It's still not gonna work. You're still gonna be single with a bookshelf of books that don't work because it's not for the person that you're trying to connect with. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that.
Moreover, on top of what she just said, what they talking about works for them.
Yeah, right.
If that,
always tell people.
I was about to say, if that, yeah, if that, because it might not even be working for them.
For that one person,
for that particular relationship,
that micro perspective is so real.
I'm telling you, 8 billion people on the planet. Remember, 8 billion people on the planet. When you find the person that you feel is supposed to be for you, you write your own book.
Yeah. And how many things change about you? Like as you an individual. How much as you in this relationship and you say, damn, I thought I'd never do this.
You baby the nevers. Don't nobody know nothing about the nevers like somebody who been married.
Man, I thought I'd never do this.
Hey, I take it all the way to the extreme when I talk to people about marriage, and it may have nothing to do with what I'm talking about. What I mean by that is Marvin Gaye's parents, very much in a church setting, very much Sabbath day, church all day on Saturday, that kind of thing. One day, Marvin Gaye's father decided he wanted to start wearing dresses. And his wife never.
Dang.
You have to make a decision.
Right.
Not saying anyone's going to go to that extreme, but that's something a lot of people did not know. This man used to sit in the house and wear his wife's dresses in the house. And was probably wearing a blouse when he killed Marvin.
Right.
But she never left him. That was her husband. Never testified against her husband.
Right.
That was her decision.
Yeah.
You have to make decisions. And it's just an extremity, but at the same time, it's an example. You don't know what you're willing to put up with.
Right.
You just don't know.
You're in that space. Absolutely.
You never know what you will do with until you are faced with it. We can talk a good game and be like, I would never. And you got to look at the never against everything else and be like, maybe I was being too hasty. Like, you really have to just with everything else in life, you have to take it as it comes and decide what's best for you in those moments based on what you're experiencing. Nobody has it all correct, because if that were the case, we wouldn't be here.
Right.
We wouldn't be having conversations about what relationships look like, because everybody would have a blueprint already.
Right.
And we would all be doing the exact same thing. That's the beauty of living. You have to be okay with the experiences not looking like everybody else. We are constantly evolving. The only constant is change. And every single thing that we do, every second that we've been on this podcast has been different than the one before. And all that will come after will be the exact same way. Taking that microcosm into your relationship will free you. Expect that change will come. It will not always be change that you can be okay with right away. Sometimes you have to be like, well, damn, this is really what you into now, huh?
It's like butt stuff, guys. It's like butt stuff.
I promise.
Not as like butt stuff.
Help
butt stuff.
Me. Help me.
Let's just bring it all the way back to center. It's like,
but he's right.
He's right. He is right, though. He's absolutely right.
Yo, he is right. Yo,
I
go
love
in the
him
corner.
so
Go in
That's
the corner.
hilarious.
much. Like I love
You're in
this
the corner.
man so
He eventually
much.
has to relent. I'm just saying.
Go in the corner, Bashir. Go in the corner. You just turned up the whole room. That's it. Go in the
Completely.
corner.
Like you saw how that went.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you have to accept that things are going to continue to evolve. You're going to bring things to the table. You're going to want to do something new. You're going to want to, sometimes people want to throw their entire career away. And I want to go to the circus. Whatever.
Yeah.
You got to have a partner that's like, well, let's find you some tights and ballet.
Right.
Listen, let's find you a clown.
Let me find you some acrobat classes. I didn't even know if they offered them, but if this who you said you gonna be, all right.
And
Well,
that's the other thing.
I am cheerleader number one in the goddamn circus. Like, let's go do it. But you gotta be okay with the fact that your person is not gonna be the same person that you fell in love with.
Right.
They're gonna continue to be somebody that you have to keep falling in love with.
Right.
Find new things to fall in love with them. Yeah.
Every time you wake
Every
up,
time.
when y'all go to bed, when you see them at their worst, when they losing people, when they losing themselves, we change so much. We go through so much on earth.
And y'all know at this time, Will and T, it's our turn to lose people.
For a lot of things.
Oh,
It's our turn.
yeah.
It's our turn to be the backbone for people.
Yeah.
And you're talking about home improvements and home renovations. Let's talk about subtraction.
Yeah.
And then still having to be this person.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Because
so
it's still
it's a very layered conversation. So when people say they got to figure it out, like I said at the very beginning, you let me know. You let me know, and we can all chuckle and laugh about it together. We can laugh.
Right.
The Days and Meryl episode, we can laugh about it together.
You show me somebody that's got it all together. I'll show you
show you a
somebody I
wife.
can sell a bridge in Brooklyn for real cheap with a whole lot of blankets. If you can find somebody that's got it all together, I can show you somebody who ain't never been honest a day in their life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we flat out do not, and I don't think anybody ever does figure it out.
No.
Our responsibility is to make the most of the moments that we have and make our lives and the lives that we affect better. So that every energy that comes after us is better than what was left behind them.
Yeah.
It's that simple. And that very much involves and especially focuses on the dynamics of relationships, especially when it comes to creating examples, creating people, creating dynasties, creating legacies, all of these things that we build together. That together element is the part that so many people miss because it's like, I want to be. You can't do it by yourself. And when you find somebody that want to get on this road with your crazy ass and do it with you, you can't do them dirty because you still not gonna get what
Come on now.
Right.
Not gonna get it.
Right.
you have to be okay with the fact that it can't just be about you. Some people grow up selfish and have to learn how to share with their partners. But that's where we at. Oh my God. You really learn your compassion muscle. You really learn your empathy muscle. You really learn how to be in the world with other people because the more that you're with someone who is your constant, someone that's always, literally always there, you learn how other people maneuver, how they accept, how they process. And it gives you an opportunity to be more compassionate and more loving and have a different perspective on why people struggle with some of the things that they do, because they don't have the ability to see the way that you do because you've had so much practice being the way that you are with someone else. The first thing that you learn is compassion and being married to somebody because they're not you.
Right.
Part of you, but y'all not the same person.
Right.
And the longer you're together, the more you learn about one another. The longer that you're together, the more you hear how they say things when they're not saying anything. The more you learn the little quirks, like you there when they're gonna flip that pen off the desk, you catch it and put it back on the desk.
Right.
That kind of synchronicity that so many of us are missing in relationships, not even in marriages or in dating, just being around people.
Yep.
We don't know how to people anymore.
Yes.
And it's sad and unfortunate because that lack of the ability, he's in the laundry room, the lack of the ability to connect with one another outside of these things is making it so.
He is silly.
I'm right, y'all. Every day. Your ability to understand where people are and why they are the way that they are, it makes it so much easier for you to be kind.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes it so much easier for you to be understanding and compassionate. Like, oh, you just dealing with this and you doing it by yourself. I'm sorry. You okay? That kind of thing. Like it puts you in a position to be more human with people.
Yeah.
Because you have a human that you're like making sure they always okay. Because if they're not okay, you gonna fall apart at the seams. We can't have that. You know, so it's, you know, relationship dynamics are a delicate thing, but they're a beautiful thing when you're willing to invest yourself in what it is that you're saying that you're about. Be about if you about that life, you about that life, regardless of what's going on, unless you literally like got your life on the line. You need to know this what it is, and we're gonna figure this out too. Whatever that challenge is, whatever it looks like. It's like, all right, well, we faced with this. What we finna do? Because we've been in some trenches. We've been in plenty of them. But we've come out better people because of it. And now we know how to operate with other people who are going through those things.
Right.
Or operate with other people who have never experienced those things. Like, oh, baby, it's fine. Just keep living. Because most of the time, that's the advice that we got.
That's what my mama used to say, baby. Just keep on living. Just keep on living.
Just keep living. Keep breathing, baby. You're going to figure it out. And if you don't,
and I never understood what she meant when she said that until I started keep on living. Until I kept on living. And then I was like, this what mama was meant. This what she meant. But I didn't want to experience this shit. Like I didn't want to have to keep on living to experience it. But okay. Okay, Mom.
Those moments where you gotta keep on living are usually the ones where you like, what in the hell?
What's that? Yeah.
I wish I would have listened.
I would love to not. Thank you so kindly. But you don't have the option.
Conjugating the F word.
Yeah. You gotta be okay with the fact that you don't have the option to not.
Right.
You move through. It's the only way out is through.
The
word of the day. The only way out is through. And if you can't go through, then you're going to remain in a place where you're not going to get the things that you desire. You're not going to be able to find the things that you need in someone else to help you figure this bigger thing out.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. That is enough. You was in my business. No, I'm just playing.
It goes back to the brother saying, your friends change when you get married. It's not that they change. Your circle gets smaller because at the same time, your married friends are looking for other married people who got it figured out and looking for people. They're looking for their village. They're looking for their tribe because we all figuring it out together, man. We all figured it out.
Yep.
And I'm not a big fan of the word try. But we are very much trying people in another space because you're trying to deal with the rest of the world with somebody else alongside you.
And the way that they process it, and the way that they see it, and their perspectives on it, and you know how they were taught to see it. All of these different, like there's so many different layers to just being in relationship with another person, let alone being in community with another person, because they sometimes have to become somebody else when they're around other people because of who they are or what they do. Like you just have to be okay with rolling with everything that comes with you choosing to wake up and say, this is my person every day. Going back to the beginning of all of this, your responsibility is to yourself and the person that you've chosen and the person that has chosen you. And being good with navigating everything that comes with that on a daily basis. That's how we keep each other alive.
That's our TED Talk for today.
I was about to say that was a good old conversation. I want to repeat the purpose because some people might not have saw last week or the first week, but the purpose was to change the dynamic of the conversations between Black men and Black women and Black couples, because what we continue to see on social media is the dynamic of black men and black women are battling each other when that's not my life. Like, I know a whole bunch of black men and black women that are in community that love each other, that like, that want to grow, and then they not only want to see themselves grow, they want to see other people grow. They want to see other people loved and loved on. And so that's not my reality. But for other people whose reality it is, I wanted to give them an opportunity to see something different.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all know me, y'all know that I love love. I love love, and I love black people in love. Like, that make my heart happy all
The greatest
the
weapon
time.
of all time. I tell everybody, it's the greatest weapon of all time.
Post all the things about black people in love because I want to see it, because I want to believe it. Okay. And it is the dynamic of, regardless of the story, y'all are here. This is what y'all are doing. Y'all are choosing each other every day. Y'all are putting y'all love on display on a regular basis. And that's another thing about both couples. Like, I never not see your person. And it's like, you have to know that this person loves this person in a different way when you never not see their person. It's a lot of people that I follow on social media. I ain't know they had a person until Christmas, and they had on matching pajamas. Your Facebook friend
got on matching pajamas.
Wait a minute now, I done seen you all this time.
With the hat to match. You know what I'm saying? I'm here full-blown lumberjack pajamas, and I'm talking about happy 12-year anniversary. Happy 12 years.
12
I thought this was somebody new.
What you say? They posing and they ain't even smiling in the picture because everybody knows that.
They all look miserable. Everybody in the picture look miserable. Even the dog.
Even the dog.
How they said it on Instagram, it's old to me, but it's new to you.
It's new to y'all. It's old to me, but it's new to y'all. Like, and that's how a lot of people relationships are. And it's like, bruh, just let it go. Just let it go, because y'all miserable. And like, everybody's suffering. The kids don't want to look at y'all. They don't want to talk to y'all. They don't want to be in the same space as y'all. Like, and like I said, I love black love. And that's, like I said, the whole reason for choosing certain couples. Like, Will and Terrell, listen, y'all fucking hilarious. Y'all crazy. Like, anytime I see anything with Terrell and Will, I'm gonna look at it and I know it's gonna be funny. Even when he's trying to be serious, it's funny. Like, and then like Yuzuri and Bashiri, they give me Black Power movement couple. That's what I always get from them. They give me that like that 70s kind of love, like I got your bag, you got mine kind of thing. And I'm like, oh, I love seeing that, because y'all be making me want to be Black Panther love all the time. Like, I be like, yes, give me my man that's medium ugly, so we can be out here Black Power and it's up together. I need me a civil rights man.
What's medium ugly?
I need me a civil rights looking man so we can be out here civil rights in it together, okay? But
Civil rights.
yes, I like a man that looks like he's a civil rights leader. I always say that, like a little touch of ugly. I like him. I like him.
So you went to a reverend now?
Huh?
You want a reverend now?
What you say?
No, Reverend Al.
No, I didn't say that. No.
That can't be
we had this discussion.
You want a Jesse Jackson?
Like your baseline for civil rights workers.
Yeah.
Al Sharpton cannot be the one. We're going to have to pull him off the table. I am just sorry. We got to go Bobby Humphrey. I mean, not Bobby Humphrey. Bobby Seale, Huey Newton, somebody else. Anybody but the relaxer man, please.
Yeah, clear face.
Yeah, mustache.
The man with the hair.
I don't need
anybody but him.
All the opportunists.
She said anybody but him.
Please, Reverend Al, do something.
You can throw Martin on there. Martin wasn't,
Martin Luther the King.
He was lightweight hands. He was lightweight hands.
No.
You went far left.
Not lightweight.
In Alabama, he was all the way handsome.
All the way.
Far left. and chose Reverend Al. Like
So
you ain't even
want some Malcolm
stopped in
X?
the middle.
Nah, she
Yeah.
wants some the Jonathan
Well,
Majors wrinkled face.
Oh, she want the wrinkled
Oh,
face.
not
Yeah.
Jonathan
Oh
Majors.
my god.
She want a Sharpay. She want a
Oh,
Sharpay
okay.
man.
Oh
okay.
no! Nope, we're gonna leave him where he at too. Nope, none of them. We don't need none of them hairstyles. Thank you. I appreciate it, but no, thank you.
But listen, the love is real, and I see it all the time, and so I wanted other people to experience it and see it as well. I just want to thank y'all for coming out here, sharing y'all stories, and giving everybody all of these dope ass gems, because that's what we need. A lot of single people don't want to say that they need advice, that they don't want to sit down and listen to married people. Yes, the hell I do.
Yeah.
Because I want to be married at some point. I'm gonna take what y'all say, and I'm gonna
Help
listen.
me.
I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna take what I need and sift out the rest. But having the conversations are necessary. Having the conversations and being able to talk about it is necessary.
True.
Because we see so much BS with all of the reality TV and all of the shows and all of the podcasts that do nothing but put black man against black woman, or it's always creating a divide. All them shits is divisive as hell, and I don't want that over here. So y'all not gonna see that over here. So we gonna have good conversations. We gonna have them uplifting conversations.
And it's
we gonna have the
corny.
conversations that's gonna change. Yeah.
The divisive stuff is corny, especially when you get to a certain point and you see it and it's commonplace. You're looking around like people not only don't think like this, we see you as the opposite that you are. And the great, I say it all the time, the greatest weapon of all time is the black family. I'm telling you. Whatever it looks like, the black family is the greatest weapon of all time. And we will always stand for something like that. So whenever we're in the company of other people who are working towards better representation and a better foot forward, period, which I believe the black family is, like, we all for that. So please keep this content going. Please.
Right.
Yeah.
Ameliorate and perpetuate black love. Because it is an endangered species.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even though it's on the upswing.
I ain't even got nothing to say. Who I married.
Yeah.
So for single people, look, the dating pool is filled with pee. They say it all the time. It's filled with pee. You know, you got to boil your water. You figure it out.
You got to filter it out.
You got to strain it.
You got to filter it out. And once and I would just say, you know, just don't give up, because, like I said, 8 billion people on the planet.
Yep.
So this what I mean. This what I mean when I say they give.
Okay.
Listen, because this is what I be talking about. The little grid. They giving all of that. Okay, this what I'm talking about. This what I see regularly on my timeline from them. And like, listen. So y'all keep doing y'all thing. Kudos to y'all for continuously being love, not just showing it, not just, you know, talking about it, but actually being love, operating in love, and showing the world that it's possible. So I want to thank y'all for being here. I'm pretty sure everybody learned something here. And
well, I want to thank you for the opportunity, for you know, allowing us to show who we are in real life all the time.
Yeah, because y'all
goofballs
are dope.
all the time.
Y'all are dope, and I needed people to see that, and I needed people to see that you can have both in your partner. You don't have to be one or the other. You can have both. You can have it all.
Right.
So I want to thank y'all for tuning in to another dope episode of the Phat Girl Chronicles, where we get all up in your business and discuss the topics that matter to us most each and every Tuesday from 8 to 10 p.m. Y'all know when we get to talking, we might go over a little bit, but y'all know from 8 to 10 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and on Instagram. Make sure y'all check us out. Listen, we got one more couple coming up next week. Next week, we are with the Jameses. All right, so make sure y'all check us out next week. We probably gonna have to swing this back around towards the end of the year, and we're gonna find 4 more couples that's gonna come in here and do the thing again. But if y'all missed any of the shows, you can check them out on our YouTube channel, or you can find them on all podcast streaming platforms if you want to just take a listen. And this week we are back on Facebook because they let your girl out of jail.
You did your time.
You did your time.
You did your bid.
I did my 30 days. I did my 30 days and now I'm out. So we back on Facebook with the show. So y'all can check it out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and thanks to our partner, Sicarius Media Group, for allowing us to stream this on their platform as well.
Not a problem.
All right. Y'all know what I say. Whatever you do for the rest of the evening and the rest of the week, don't do it with your half-ass. Do it with your whole ass. We up out this thing. We appreciate y'all for joining us. And we is out.
You gotta do it with your whole ass.